Hi, and welcome to S for Science. And did you know that the smell is directly connected to the limbic system? The part of the brain that relates memory and emotions? For this reason, sometimes perceiving a certain aroma automatically transports us to a memory of the past, which is generally emotional. When we smell something, what really happens is that small particles of the thing or substance that we're smelling reach our nose. For example, when you pass in front of a restaurant and you smell that appetizing smell of food, what actually happens is that small particles of food are reaching our nose. The same thing happens when we go to the bathroom and it smells bad. But we're not here to talk about the things that we smell every day, but about how the space smells. What would happen in space? Imagine that we could get out of the ship with our suit, and that once in the middle of space, we opened our helmet so that we could try to smell what the space smells like. What would happen would be that the fact that space is a vacuum would cause the fluids in your body, especially from your nose, to shoot out into space. In the same way that when you open a shaken carbonated drink and everything bursts out of the bottle. So if you had time to smell something before losing consciousness, it would be a mixture of water vapor and blood coming out of your nose. But the good thing is that you don't have to be in the vacuum of space to smell space. Something fascinating is that the objects that have been exposed to the vacuum of space, which have subsequently returned to a habitable atmosphere, such as a ship or the Earth itself, have presented a different smell than they had before leaving. Astronauts of the International Space Station who continually carry out activities outside of the ship have reported on many occasions that their suits, once exposed to space after a walk, smelled of a kind of mixture of molten metal, burnt steak, and welding fume. This is due to the high-energy particles present in space, which interact with the astronauts' suits, causing them to give off this curious smell. Some space scents have been manufactured on Earth. NASA, with the aim of improving the training of its astronauts, commissioned the company Omega Ingredients to develop a lunar aroma, a substance that smelled like rocks on the surface of the moon, taking as ingredients the substances that were found in samples collected by the Apollo missions. After the perfume was finished, the moon was described as smelling like burnt gunpowder. But not everything is empty in space. Let's imagine that we could go to the center of our galaxy and catch a little of interstellar dust, to later smell it inside our ship. What smell would it have? Astronomers from the Max Planck Institute in Germany, who were looking for amino acids in a gigantic cloud of dust and gas in the center of our galaxy called Sagittarius B2, with the aim of learning more about the origin of life, found, despite failing in their attempt to discover amino acids, a substance called formic acid, which is a chemical responsible for the taste of raspberries and the smell of rum. In this way, it was determined that the center of the Milky Way tastes like raspberry and smells like rum. Fried meat, rum, raspberries, the smells of the space seem to be quite appetizing. However, in 2014, the European Space Agency came up with a finding that left them with a bad taste in their mouths. The Rosetta probe, which orbited the asteroid 67P Churyumov-Gerasimenko, with the aim of determining its chemical composition in order to know the keys to the origin of the solar system, captured with its chemical sensors substances coming from the asteroid when it ejected into space gases of its surface. The results found a variable aromatic booty. They found hydrogen formaldehyde, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, hydrogen cyanide, methanol, sulfur dioxide, and carbon disulfide. These are not the ingredients that you would like to have in your favorite perfume, since its smell would be a mixture of the aroma of rotten eggs added to a strong odor similar to the smell of urine that exists in a farm, the suffocating and corrosive smell of formaldehyde, to the bitter almond flavor of hydrogen cyanide with a whiff of alcohol, a touch of spice, and the strong aroma of vinegar. Mix all these ingredients together and you'll know what an asteroid smells like. We have seen that the space, despite seeming a monotonous and inhospitable place, hides in some corners, no matter how far away they are, some aromas that would be very familiar to us. Some pleasant, others not so much. But in any case, as we have seen at the beginning, one day, a spaceship may arrive in a distant galaxy and that the crew of that ship, far away from Earth, smell the aroma of raspberries and remember their days on Earth eating raspberries quietly in the garden of their house. Thank you very much for watching the video, and goodbye.